Well, the Indians have taken the field for what they hope will be a history-making night here in downtown Cleveland. Josh Tomlin and company will wear the dark blue jerseys with the red and white trim and the white pants, and the Chicago Cubs going with their blue jerseys with red and white trim and the gray pants. Josh Tomlin on the hill for the Indians tonight. He is 31 years of age, 6'1", 190 pounds, fastball, cut fastball, curve, and changeup. And Tomlin will be facing the Cubs for the second time in this World Series as he pitched a beauty against the Chicago Cubs on Friday night when the Indians took a 2-1 lead. As Tomlin started that game, he would give the Indians 4 2/3 shutout innings. He didn't get the win because he didn't go the prerequisite 5 innings, but he blanked the Cubs on 2 hits, struck out 1, walked 1. Just a thrilling ball game. The Indians would eventually win 1-0. Now, Josh Tomlin is pitching on 3 days rest, and that's something he's only done one other time in his career, and it was in the regular season, and that was 6 years ago against the Toronto Blue Jays, and he did fine. Gave up a run in 5 1/3. The good news for Tomlin, he only made 58 pitches on Friday night, and there is not a better competitor to take the baseball than Josh Tomlin to try to wrap it up tonight. Dexter Fowler, the switch-hitting center fielder, will lead it off and bat left-handed. Everybody on their feet at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario as Game 6 about to get underway. Tomlin, the wind, and tonight's first pitch. And strike one called on the outside corner. Like with each first pitch in the World Series, the catcher tosses the ball out of play as it becomes a part of history. Now the wind by Tomlin, the next delivery. Check swing, strike 2 call. 71 degrees here at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario as we are underway for Game 6. Tomlin into the wind and the 0-2 pitch. A little bit high, 1-2. Fowler was 0 for 3 in facing Josh Tomlin Friday night. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Hitting 200, a home run in this World Series. The pitch. Swung on line to third. Caught by Ramirez. So Fowler tried to go the opposite way. Hit it hard, but right at third baseman Jose Ramirez. And that is out number 1. That'll bring up Kyle Schwarber, the Middletown, Ohio native, who is able to now start once we get back into American League ballparks because he's DHing. Having had that reconstructive knee surgery 6.5 months ago, not cleared to play the outfield, so he'll DH tonight, hit second. Indians shift 3 to the right side of the infield. Schwarber bounces the first pitch into shallow right, into the shift. Kipnis has it, throws him out. Well, I mean, this place is thunderous. 2 outs. Nobody on base, no score in inning number 1. Coco Crispin left, Tyler Naquin in center, Lonnie Chisenhall in right. Mike Napoli at first, Jason Kipnis at second. Francisco Lindor is at short. Jose Ramirez at third, and behind the plate, Roberto Perez. Now third baseman Chris Bryant dropped from the 2-hole to the number 3 spot in the lineup. He got that home run to ignite their 3-run rally on Sunday night and keep their season alive. It was just his second hit in this World Series. Now the wind and the pitch, and it's in there, a called strike. Tomlin continuing to pound the corners to both sides of the plate. Bryant hitting 118 in this World Series, a homer and RBI. The pitch, check swing, curveball and a beauty. Nothing into the count. And Josh Tomlin, what else is new? Just pounding the strike zone. Now the wind in the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, hit high in the air to deep left. This ball is gone to the bleachers. He tried to get him with another curveball, and Bryant wasn't fooled. And the Cubs have a 1-0 lead on a solo homer to the bleachers and left on an 0-2 pitch. So Bryant has homered in back-to-back games in this World Series. He certainly ignited them the other night. We shall see. That's the first home run off Josh Tomlin in this, his fourth postseason start. So 2 down, and the Cubs have a 1-0 lead. Here's Anthony Rizzo, the left-handed hitting first baseman. Indians shift 3 to the right side of the infield. Tomlin into the line, and the pitch to Rizzo, and he fouls it straight back, strike 1. Rizzo was 0 for 3 against Tomlin on Friday night. Now Tomlin doubled up his curveball usage in the ALCS against Toronto and did the same in his outing the other night in Chicago. That pitch outside, 1-1, and Bryant may have been looking curveball on that 0-2 pitch. So the Cubs have a 1-0 lead, 2 down in the first. Rizzo hitting .294, 2 RBIs in the World Series. Left-handed slugger. Now the wind and the pitch. And a swing and a soft liner into right center. It's a base hit. So Rizzo followed Bryant's home run with a double on Sunday night. Tonight he follows it with a single to right center. And after 2 quick outs and then an 0-2 count on Bryant, the Cubs have homered and singled, and now lead this ballgame 1-0 with a 2-out runner at first, and the left fielder and number 5 hitter Ben Zobrist at the plate. Zobrist 3 for 21 lifetime against Josh Tomlin. Indians are playing fairly deep in the outfield tonight. Toss to first, and Rizzo standing on the bag. The ball is certainly going to carry. It is 71 degrees here in downtown Cleveland, and what little breeze we have is blowing out toward the right. Tomlin's ready. Rizzo, pretty good lead. Tomlin with a good move, and the pitch is in there, called strike on a first pitch fastball. Ben Zobrist hitting .368 with an RBI in this World Series. Tomlin works first base side of the rubber in both the windup and out of the stretch. The next offering. Swung on another line drive base hit to right center on another off-speed pitch. In the gap, cutting it off, Chisenhall. Rizzo scampers to third. And a third consecutive 2-out hit. This one from Ben Zobrist, who is having a tremendous World Series. And now the Cubs trying to have a big inning. And all of this coming with 2 outs and nobody on. And catcher Roberto Perez out to the mound. And it looked like another hanging curveball that got Tomlin in trouble there. Here's the shortstop, Addison Russell. Russell is hitting 6th tonight, batting .211 in the World Series with a couple of RBIs. So the Cubs lead 1-0. And they've got runners at first and third and 2 down here in the first. The Indians this October and now November have been so good at minimizing the damage here in postseason play. Tomlin's ready, and the pitch. A swing and a foul over the screen, strike 1. The Indians coming into tonight in postseason play, the Indians had and in just 3 of those 115 innings did the Indians pitchers ever give up more than 1 run in any inning. Now the 0-1. A little outside on a cutter, and the count of 1-1. In fact, the most runs scored off the Indians in any one inning has been 3. Cubs did it the other night in a 3-2 win to stay alive. Addison Russell was 0 for 2 against Tomlin on Friday night. Right-hander against right-hander. Tomlin tossed to first and back with a dive as Zobrist. Tonight's World Series game is presented by AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Cubs 1, Indians nothing. Cubs at first and third. 2 down in the first. Tomlin comes set. And the pitch. A check swing blooper into shallow right center. Coming hard, Chisenhall, and it drops between he and Naquin. That'll score Rizzo. Zobrist around third, throw to the plate, slide, tag, ball got away. Backed up by Tomlin. Scoring is Zobrist. Russell to third on a ball that should have been caught in right center to end the inning. And miscommunication with Naquin and Chisenhall has cost the Indians at least 2 more runs. And the Cubs have a 3-0 lead. That ball was catchable for either Naquin or Chisenhall. And somehow it got between them. And they're giving Addison Russell a 2-run double. And then an error on Kipnis' throw to the plate, enabling Russell to go to third and Mickey Callaway, the Indians pitching coach, to the mound. So the Indians, who have been so brilliant defensively this postseason, have now paid the ultimate price on a ball that should have been caught in right center field. It wasn't hit deep, but both Naquin and Chisenhall could have easily caught that ball, and nobody took command out in right center field. And at the end of the day, when you're the center fielder, you have got to take control if nobody else is. So the Cubs, in what should be a 1-0 first inning, now lead 3-0, and they have a runner at third base, 2 down for the catcher Wilson Contreras. 0 for 2 against Tomlin on Friday night. Now the set, now the pitch, and it's in there, a called strike. And I'm sure Mickey Callaway was saying, look, Josh, you did your job. You got out of this inning and should have been out of it, giving up 1 run. Don't let this thing now implode. Right-hander against right-hander. The pitch. And it's a little bit high. Ball 1, 1-1. Now, the way these two clubs have had a tough time scoring runs against the great pitching, mistakes are really magnified. The pitch. Check swing. It's a little outside. 2-1. Right-hander Mike Clevenger has begun throwing in the Indians' bullpen. Boy, this started with 2 quick outs. A line out to third. A ground out to second. Bryant a solo homer to left on an 0-2 pitch. Rizzo and Zobrist back-to-back singles. And Addison Russell on what should have been the 3rd out. A ball dropping for a 2-run double. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. But again, the good news, it's the first inning. The bad news is Jake Arrieta held the Indians hitless until the 6th inning in his start in Game 2 last Wednesday. That's why Tomlin must end it here. He sets, he fires. And it missed wide, full count. Jason Hayward on deck. And Josh Tomlin now forced to make a ton of pitches because of the ball that wasn't caught. Tomlin at 21. Wilson Contreras is 1 for 14 in this World Series, but he's got power. He had a dozen home runs after coming up from the minor leagues this season. Tomlin's ready. Here it comes. A swing and a fly ball. Again, shallow right center. This time Naquin's calling and